Hi guys, I am the Batch Lady and thank you for tuning in to watch my channel. And my name is Suzanne Mulholland, also known as the Batch Lady. On today's channel, I'm going to show you how to make pesto pasta ice cubes, okay? So that you can use them whenever you're making pesto pasta or whenever you're making pesto and salmon or any type of pesto dish you've already made your homemade pesto. So on the Batch Lady channel, I like to show you how to make portions of simple, fast, freezable food that you can make in advance and use whenever you want. Imagine coming home at night and having a meal already prepared that you just have to heat up and put on the table. Well, now you can by following this simple concept. So let's get on and talk about our pesto pasta. I've got the ingredients here. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients, okay? We've got some basil leaves, some pine nuts, some parmesan, some frozen garlic, some salt, and some olive oil, and that is all we need. Now, before we get started, I wanted to show you what this looked like. So I'm going to quickly show you. It basically is, if I can pull one out, a little ice cube of pesto pasta. But it defrosts fast, so I'm going to actually throw this back in the freezer and bring out the frozen garlic so we can get started making our fresh one. Okay, so here we go. Stay with me. Right, and I'm back, and I've got our frozen chopped garlic that we're also going to use. So I am using this mixer here, okay? I've done it before in a sort of £20 mixer from Tesco, and it works the same. It just takes a bit more stirring and a bit more effort. This is a professional mixer, so it works really quickly. If you find that you're sort of shaking yours and giving it a stir, don't worry about that. It just depends on what kind of mixer you've got basically, or what kind of food processor. So I'm going to start this with some pine nuts, okay? Now these are just bought in the shops in the aisle beside the fruit and veg. So pine nuts is 1/3 cup. Usually I double the recipe of everything, but you just seen how many pesto cubes that I've actually got, and I made them when I mucked up the last video, so I'm now doing this video and I don't need as much. So for once, the Batch Lady is not double portioning. So you also need 2 cups of basil leaves. Now remember, if you're looking for the exact recipe, go to www.thebatchlady.com. Okay, now, so I've put in 2 cups of pesto leaves. I have put in 1/3 cup of pine nuts. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of frozen, already chopped garlic, my lovely already chopped garlic. It means that I don't need to worry about having garlicky hands or anything for later. I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So 1/2 teaspoon of salt goes in. And I need, let me check my recipe here because I never quite know with my olive oil, I need 2/3 cup. So I'm going to use a little 1/3 cup. Now the thing is, because you're making this homemade, if you find that it's just, it's too thick, then you can add more olive oil. If you think it needs a bit more salt, you can add more salt. So remember, it's homemade. You can pretty much add whatever you want. And you're going to add 1/3 cup of parmesan. Now, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I quite often put parmesan in the freezer. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I've had a cold all week. No, I'm not. It's gone away. Right, so I've got my parmesan in. I'm just going to pour the rest of that in. Now, this is going to make a bit of a noise as we just blend it all together. And here goes. I'll just check it. It just sprayed all over me. Never lift the lid. My goodness. Right, never lift the lid of a mixer. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got pesto. That's how quick it is. Okay, I'm going to take it off the lid. And the great thing about this is if your kids like it a bit more garlicky or you want to put some more salt in it, you can basically do it whatever way you want. Now this is a huge mixing bowl and usually I would always double it up like I said, but there's no need today. So I'm just going to use one of these silicone, which I got for like 99p out of a supermarket, one of the silicone ice cube trays, and I'm just going to pour it on the top. Don't worry when you're making ice cube trays. Don't worry if it's all over the top of it. It doesn't really matter, you just spread it around after. So this is going to make a good size tray. Now, because I've got all my stuff out and I don't need any more pesto pasta, it takes a long time to set up everything. You know what that's like. You get your mixer out. So I am also going to be making some hummus today and little bits like this. Let me move this to the side and let you see. So it's not, I'm still making batches, I'm just making batches of other things. It never has to be all the same if you think you won't use that much of it. Now look at that, that has taken a couple of minutes and we have made pesto pasta cubes. That's how easy it is. Have a look as well at some of my other pesto recipes. I've got a pesto and salmon, I've got pesto pasta dump bags that are really good. Thanks for watching, you guys are brilliant. Get batching.